Let's see what that looks like. Do. There we go. Okay. Let's see what this looks like. That seems fine right there. Is this other one up and running yet? Where are we? That looks like it. Let's make sure I can hear. Test. Does that have no audio? Let's see here. Test. Let's see. Test. Why am I having audio problems? Can anybody hear me okay or no? I don't think people can for some reason. Let's see. What is audio input capture? I'm not muted. Why am I having audio issues? Test. What am I missing? Probably need to turn my headphones on. Oh my goodness. Okay, so that's there. Okie dokie. Let's work our way through. Thank you everybody for joining. If you're joining in, we'll be getting started at 7 p.m. Eastern. I am just getting things turned on and getting things set up. Trying to make sure things are working okay. We will be getting started here soon. It says online. Oh, that one, okay. What about that one? Let's get that one up and running. Hello everybody. Hey Cam, how are you? I'm getting myself set up and started here. It's going to take me a little bit. We will be getting started officially around 7 p.m. Eastern. I've just got a lot of setup and things I need to do. Oh, that's not working. Why is that not connecting? That thing is always just a pain. Filters. Let's see what I can figure out here. 8,000. Let's try reducing you down to here. And apply. Let's see if that works. Hello everybody, if you're just joining, I am just getting myself started here. We'll be getting started at 7 p.m. And I've got some things that just don't want to connect for some reason. Why do you not want to connect? I don't think I've touched you in a while. It's in a week. Let's try that one. Maybe it's my key. Is my key the problem? Let me go check. Always got to have technical issues, but this is also why we get ourselves online early. Oh, where's my channel? I don't know why. There we go. Let's see here. Settings. There we go. Boy. Well, that's not even. We'll just forget that one. Let's see here. What do I need? I need. Hello, everybody. If you're joining, I just getting started. Getting things set up. We will be getting started here soon. Okay. Let me copy this. Let me see if this is the problem. We'll be getting started shortly, everybody. I'm running into some technical issues trying to get things online. Let's see if this works. Hey, stream information was wrong. And let's see, is this online now? Looks like it. Perfect. Okay, let's close that out. That's online there. Let's close this one here down. Hello, everybody. Just getting myself started here. Bear with me if you don't mind. Well, I ran into a technical glitch and had to do some trying to figure out what's going on. And my brain is slow, so it takes a while. If you're chatting, I am not looking at the chat at the moment. I'm trying to get myself set up. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Okay, what do I need now? This is what happens when your brain doesn't work very fast. Let's try that. Let's see if that one works. And that one's not working. Why is that one not working? Let me try copy again. And copy again. And let's apply. Why? This is not working. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. If you are just joining, I'm trying to get myself set up here and get started and ran into some technical issues, and I don't know why. Okay, what about that one? Is this working? Nope, neither one of those are working. I don't know why. Okay, so we do less. It is what it is. This is what happens when your brain doesn't work. You don't know why things are working. You can't figure it out. Let's see. And is this one here still working? Seems like it. And is this one here still working? Seems like it is. Okay, let's close these two here out. Oops. We'll close that one out because it's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Oops. I missed her thing, didn't I? Where?
He invited me. He invited me.
Sorry,
hello.
I'm having technical challenges and can't figure out why. So we're down a few things.
That's okay.
So
some things are better than none. Lisa is here on my side. I've sent out a whole bunch of invitations.
Cool.
She's on a break from work. Hi, PD and me. How are you, Eve? Long time no see.
Where's the chat window? There it is. Let's move this over here. How are you doing?
I'm exhausted, but I'm doing good.
Yeah, I'm very tired myself.
I'm like, I need a nap, but it's not happening today. Oh, Eve, I'm so glad you've been sleeping better. Hello, Kim. Okay, Eve, when is DBS set for?
Ooh, tea is way loud on here. Let's bring this down.
Oh, sorry, that might be me. Hello, Kim. So tonight, you guys, we are going to January 7th. I'll be sending lots of prayers up. I know you're not a religious person, but I'm going to give you lots of positive vibes. I'm so happy for you, Eve. So tonight we're discussing medical homelessness. Thank you. Thank you for appreciating it regardless. We are going to be discussing the financial struggles and things that happen when you are medically incapacitated by no fault of your own. Thank you for the follow, dog shelter. So when we become sick through no fault of our own, and these things happen, it has an unseen side that occurs in the financial worlds, our own financial worlds, whether or not we're able to still work, if we're having to work a job that doesn't nearly pay what our last job was, navigating medical costs, navigating health visits, and missing work in those ways. So that is what we're going to discuss tonight. You're free to ask any questions in the chat on my side or Larry's side. He is broadcasting this live across other platforms as well, where they will also be able to ask questions. Feel free to share this out with everyone. Though we are talking about Parkinson's disease, because that is our experience, Parkinson's community is not the only one that's affected by these kind of things. Persons with MS and other chronic illnesses are also affected with these financial struggles. So even if you don't have Parkinson's disease, this is something that may give you information that you need. Right, Larry?
Yeah.
He said, yeah. Are you getting it figured out there, buddy? Or are we just...
We're limping along.
Okay, we can just let it limp.
We'll let it limp along.
Let it limp along.
Brain doesn't work as well as it used to, so we'll just do.
That's okay. You know, I always say, whoever's supposed to hear this message will hear this message.
But it's on the tube and it's recorded, so we're all good.
Yeah, it's on YouTube tomorrow. It will be uploaded, so no issues there either, guys. You can always go back. So, I don't want to put you on the spot about anything. So I will share my financial journey freely, and you are welcome to interject yours or ask questions. Larry, would you like to do that?
Say that again?
I
don't know what's going on in my brain.
Okay. That's okay. It's like I know that feeling. You know that someone's talking, but you have no idea what was said. I do that with
in a pod. That's why we lost.
Yes, yes. That's I do that. I'll do that a lot. I'll tell my kids, I heard that you were talking. I have no idea what the words were. So I said, I don't want to put you on the spot.
Okay.
I'm going to share my financial journey.
Okay.
And you're free to ask questions. Everybody's free to ask questions.
Okay.
I'm an open book about it.
Okay.
And then you share what you feel comfortable with.
Okay.
Deal?
Deal.
Okay.
High five.
High five. Oh, we did it wrong. We got to do it this way.
Oh.
This way.
The stone
I
in the
don't
left
know.
shoulder is not very good. Here, let's.
I don't know. So, for me, financial journey. Ooh. So, first of all, you need to know that I was an only parent. So when you're an only parent, it is harder to save money and things of that nature. Because if you got ill or sick, then what, And I was also saving college fund while trying to save my so I was trying to save college funds for my son, retirement for me, be a stay-at-home mom too. So it was a juggle struggle in my financial past, as it was. That improved as time went on and he got older. But I started getting sick, and when I did, it became a bigger issue because I didn't have tons of money saved up for myself and for my retirement, because I felt like I had more time to do that. And I was wrong. There was no more time. And I was in 2019, in 2019, I worked 2 full-time jobs. My son is 18. I was working 2 full-time jobs, and I did Instacart on the side before people really knew what it was, before the pandemic. And I was doing that to build up my savings more, that he was older, to start working on my own things that I needed to do. I was backtracking at that point. And by the middle of 2020, I started getting really sick with my stomach, which turned out to be gastroparesis, or the first major illness that I got from Parkinsons. And it was really debilitating me for work and everything I did in life. Work, everything. During that time, my son decided to move. So I said, okay. He wanted to move from Virginia to Ohio, so we moved. And I opened a thrift store. Said, if I can't do these other things, I'll do this. I'll work for myself, continue my e-commerce that I had been doing for 20 years, but just have a little storefront, which was $650 a month. I had a little cute small town storefront. Okay. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't manage going to my store every day and keeping it open. And I ended up closing it. And I'm still struggling through e-commerce, making money there. I had been doing it for so long. And I started falling all the time. Broken leg, broken ribs a few times, broken tailbone, broken finger, broken wrist. And when I broke my leg, I was helping my kids to redo painting, remodeling a new house they bought. Well, when I fell down the stairs into the basement, I ended up living here from that day on. Because without even a diagnosis at that time, I was done. I I was done. I couldn't manage things. I struggled trying to get e-commerce done, but I started having cognitive issues even with that until every penny was drained from my bank. Every dime I had ever tried to save and do was gone. And had I not had my children, my son and his wife, I would be on the streets homeless with no place to go and no income because no Social Security, disability. I wasn't even diagnosed with something at that time yet to allow me to apply for disability, which is something that happens a lot with Parkinson's disease. Am I correct, Larry? People are sick for a very long time. They cannot function. They cannot work. Larry has been at one time in his life where he was having to use a walker to be able to walk. Hello, Jess. And I was not. I was last year. I couldn't walk or stand or anything on my legs for more than 5 minutes without falling down and my legs buckling underneath me. And I wasn't diagnosed yet. So I wasn't able to work and I certainly wasn't diagnosed. So without a diagnosis, you're not getting Social Security, you're not getting disability, you're not getting anything. Long term, short term work disability, nothing. So the financial crisis for persons comes very hard and very fast. Um, and we have many, many, many people in our community that become homeless because of these things. And they don't have friends to live with. They don't have family to live with. They don't have places to go. So that's a very unfortunate aspect. Have you heard these stories before, Larry?
I don't know about hearing the stories, but it is something that um, what's the words I'm looking for? Makes sense that um, yeah, I don't know, brain's not braining. Ah,
That's
but it's also hard to get disability as well, which makes it even harder. And
correct.
there's no income. What are you gonna do?
Correct. Yeah. And while there's no income, you still need to go to the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But you don't have insurance. So you have to hope beyond all hope that you can get approved for state medical insurance for a little while. So you can even go to the doctor and find out what's wrong with you. Um, that's not always possible for people. And the one thing that I have learned through my journey with Social Security, you cannot work and claim Social Security disability. They want to see you out of work for a year. They want to see you struggle, that you have lost your money, that you have lost things, that you're hanging on by a thread, barely getting by, all the way packed into the poorhouse before they will help you. And they mean it. Um, once my accounts were drained, once I no longer had a car, and don't understand wrong, I haven't financed anything since the 90s. In the 90s, around 95, I had ovarian cancer. I filed medical bankruptcy because my bills then were a couple $100,000. I had no comprehension of how I would ever pay them. And from that day forward, I never financed even a cup of coffee. I never used credit for anything. If I never had money for it, I never bought it. So I wasn't in debt. It wasn't like I have this lingering debt, which is a great blessing in this case. But
Because a
I
lot of
wasn't,
people do have lots of
yeah,
debt on
lots of
top
debt.
of being sick and not having
So,
income.
yes. And that was just an unforeseen blessing because I had that glimpse of what that looked like in the late 90s when I had ovarian cancer and I had a house at the lake and a boat and a jet ski, and I am selling or giving back everything that I financed to file this bankruptcy. Okay. So I never wanted to go through that again. So I never did that. But then there are people that are having to live off of credit cards because they cannot work. It's not
And
because they want to buy frivolous things. They're buying green beans, electric bill. They're not having fun. They're not going to Disneyland. They're trying to survive day by day off a credit card. And it's,
we were there when we were younger. We were putting groceries and stuff on credit cards and letting it rack up because some troubled times.
yes, those times happen. Those times can happen, and those times happen to everybody. But when you're chronically ill and you're living literally from nothing, because to qualify for Social Security disability, you're not allowed to have anything. Okay. So while you're living from nothing from Social Security disability, you're doing whatever you can to survive. You know, food banks. I would have my kids take me to the food bank every month, up until recently when I finally did get my Social Security disability. And my kids would say, "You don't have to do that." And I said, "Yes, you can't pay for every single thing. How? It's a strain on them, and I don't want to cry, but it's unfair that these 24-year-old, 23-year-old, 22-year-old, when they started this, kids were paying for everything for me when they should be enjoying their lives. So for me, it was, please take me to the food bank. For me, Mom, your shoes look like you need new shoes. No, I have another pair of shoes in the closet. I'm just making sure these are finished first. For me, I did nothing but what my kids needed. Or it had to be 100% need. 100% need.
There's a lot of people in that
So,
situation with chronic
yes,
illness, Parkinson's, and other things, and even people who don't have chronic illnesses.
are
Uh,
in the same.
there was a video that I vaguely recall, something to the effect of somebody explaining we're going through hard times, but we're used to hard times, so we know how to acquire, get what we need and do things.
Yes,
And rich people, or people who may not necessarily be completely rich, but make money and sort of afford some things, go through some tough times and they don't know what to do.
correct. Correct. And we're lucky for that because I know what to do. I am non-materialistic, not materialistic person, um, which is very, very helpful, you know. Um, but yes, people who, and the sad part about this situation is the people who haven't had to go through that struggle are facing that struggle and they don't
They know what to
know
do.
what to do about it now. They don't.
Even if you have disability through work, doesn't mean you're automatically granted disability. They're insurance companies. They don't want to pay out.
No, they don't want to pay out, and they're not going to pay you out long. Now, they're going to pay you out because if your disability at work says yes, you're disabled, we're going to pay you long-term disability because Parkinson's disease never ever goes away. So you are permanently, perpetually disabled, right? So if they do that, as soon as they do that, they're forcing you and they're having their lawyers to back you up to file Social Security disability, where you're going to make even less income than off your insurance disability. And
There
you're going to
was
keep getting knocked down financial levels, and they're devastating.
and there was somebody with Parkinson's who's on TikTok. I don't remember his name, and I don't know if this is the case for everybody. But if I remember correctly, he made a video one time where he said, "It's a new year. I gotta fill out paperwork. Yes, I still have Parkinson's. No, it didn't go away. Yes, I still qualify." I mean, like, right? It's like and if you don't fill it out, you lose your disability.
Exactly. You lose your disability. Now, when I was approved for my SSDI, it's permanent. I don't have to reapply anymore, and I was fortunate for that. Um, but if you have work disability or insurance disability, that is not, you will have to reapply. You will have to retell them. Now, what I do have to do, which this was, you will have to face so many strange things. Okay. Finally, I went and I applied for food stamps because I said, oh, I can probably get food stamps, you know. And so I called and they said, yes, you can get food stamps. Angie, they have to reevaluate every 7 years her SSDI. Is it is it your, to see if you're still disabled, Angie, or are they reevaluating every 7 years your level of disability for your level of care? It would be my question.
But that's also the
Uh,
hard part because most of us can't afford attorneys and they want tons and tons of money. Um,
they
now,
want to take 30% of your
well, with Social Security,
pay.
they can't take 30%. I forget what the percentage was, but they're only allowed a certain amount of back pay. But if you run into issues, if there is a 7 year re up, how are you going to do that?
Exactly. Opal came to say hello.
I want to join in the conversation. Let me tell you what I have seen.
She has seen a lot. So I know that I had an evaluation. I'm not sure what Angie's is, her reevaluation. I know that my last evaluation for SSDI, oh, to see if she's qualified, they have to, I believe it's required. I don't have that, um, Angie. I haven't seen any paperwork like that. How about that? I haven't seen it. I haven't been told it.
But you also just got approved, right?
Yes,
So we'll
in
find out in 7 years.
October. Yes. Now, what I did know is they will reevaluate my need for um, caretaking and these kind of things periodically. but I don't know if they reevaluate the disability itself. I will look into that, Angie. I'm really glad that you said that. Um, Maybe if you have temporary versus permanent disability, if they approved you under temporary status instead of permanent. But I am going to look at that.
I believe the VA has something similar where you could be marked as non-permanent, and every so often you have to go in and show that you still have whatever it is. But you can also potentially be marked as permanent. So I wonder if the Social Security Administration might be the same, where depending on what they see, what's going on, they can mark down permanent, maybe not.
Right. Angie said for her, they had to make sure that she's not getting any better.
That is, it is somewhat comical, right? Because
Right.
did your Parkinson's happen to just disappear?
Yes. Yes, I
Hey, Kill
have.
Switch.
Yes. Yes, I have. Angie's on permanent, but she has to get reevaluated. Thank you for that information, Angie. I will be sure and check that out. I'm by no means trying to say I'm an expert. I just hadn't heard that at all, and now I'm very interested. So, when I talk to Jamie, which I have to talk to her anyway, I will ask her about that. My Social Security person that I talk to is Jamie. But that's very interesting. Either way, um, approval takes time.
Especially with Social Security Administration.
Yes. Yeah, she said her Parkinson's or epilepsy aren't going anywhere.
Oh, wait. Oh, here we go.
Nope.
Wait. My Parkinson's is gone. No, I'm kidding.
Yay! Yes, I know. But it's a progressive, degenerative, neurological disease with no cure and no definite known cause. Yeah, when can you tell me if it went away? It's ignorance. It's ignorance. Like when I applied for food stamps, this was ignorance. I applied for food stamps and oh, that's what. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it either, Angie. She said she's not worried. She'll still pass.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
It's
she upped her
you.
meds. Maybe she upped her meds and it got a little bit better. And they went, "Oh, look, you can control your arm today with no tremor."
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah. So it was when I applied for Social Security, they told me to apply for food stamps. That's how it happened. So I applied for the food stamps. And the Social Security sent a letter to the food stamp saying this person is going to qualify for food stamps. We're handling a disability case for them, right? And I got a copy of that letter and then I applied and then did all the things. Well, a few months later, when we changed officials in the House of White, I got called into the food stamp office. And I said, okay. They said, I got a letter saying I had to go in and prove I'm disabled. And I thought, wow, we already sent them all that paperwork from the doctor, and Social Security sent it to them saying that I should get it, right? So I go into the food stamp office and I have the paperwork that they want. And I said, yes, I'm here to show that I am not able bodied to work, you know? And she said, okay. And she stamped the paper approved. I said, excuse me? She said, I said, you just stamped that paper approved. She said, yes. I said, you didn't even look at anything. She said, I'm the one that approves people, and you obviously are shaking. I said, no offense, but you're a receptionist. And I was called by the government to come to you to decide if I'm able bodied or not. This is ludicrous. So that was something I had to go through uh, in the last year too. That adds weight to an already hard situation. Why are you making me get out to come in, to stand in line, to gather all this paperwork and do all this so a receptionist can say, oh, yeah, she is shaking. Approved. When you have every doctor paper in front of you. This makes no sense to me.
Well, now some of it is not necessarily their fault. It's
I know
policies,
why.
laws, or whatever.
It's all the changes that happened at the beginning of the year when that happened to me. And I was like, it's just crazy because at the end of the day, if you want to check, I'm perfectly happy to go to your doctor. I did it for Social Security. I'm perfectly happy to provide you documentation, but I don't understand how a receptionist is qualified to say I'm disabled.
Budget cuts.
What if I didn't have a shaky day that day?
She might have not approved you or looked for something else. Maybe the way you walked or moved and just decided, eh.
You know,
Oh,
well, she
hey,
can.
it's my friend. Here you go.
Who's your friend?
No, that's what she would say. Friends walk
Oh,
in. Oh, it's my friend. Stamp.
yeah.
I got the power today.
Hi, JH and Randy. Yeah, it that makes it very much more difficult when people are going through these struggles.
Well, it's also really confusing because there's
Angie
no.
thought she might sign up to do this job because she can just look at people. She thinks she can look at people and just do a stamp. Angie's on fire tonight.
Let's see.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. I think today is just one of those night days that's like meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also had a rough day. You had a rough day. Rough days are going around. 'Tis the season for the rough days. So let's talk about it from the aspect of something that I can't imagine. I don't want to cry, guys, okay? I can't imagine having to go through Parkinson's with young children. And I went through cancer as an only parent. I never say single parent. I always say only parent. You know why? Because there was no weekends off. There was no child support. There was nobody else taking care of my son, just me. Me and only me. So, only parent. So, I can understand those struggles. I cannot. Today has been a lot of cry day for me, you guys. I can't understand the fear, the struggle of having young kids with Parkinson's and the absolute fear and loss of that income, knowing you're not going to be better next week when you're over the flu, knowing there is no hope for a cure, but those babies still need to be taken care of. That that is where the struggle gets real. To me, is we have a lot of parents with young kids. We're adults. If we had to suck it up, live in our kids' basement, suck it up, be cold, that's one thing. what about the babies? That's a whole different story. Oh, you don't have to be sorry for me, JH. Today's been a little bit emotional to me.
I'm sorry you're having an emotional day.
It's not in a bad way. My son and I have been talking all day. Good talks.
And you've been out doing things.
We've been out doing things,
Yay!
yay! And we've been having really good talks, working with my son, making plans to finish the basement so that it is more comfortable for me. But if we come across anybody who needs a place like I did, they will have a place to stay with me. So it's been a little bit of an emotional day. We spent time at Home Depot getting the budget together. He's going to use his year-end bonus and redo it very nicely, and it will have another little, it'll either be my living room, but if somebody needs it, it will be there for somebody who needs it too. So it's a really good day, but it's also kind of emotional because I worry. Hi, Charity. I worry about people with no options all the time. You know, people that didn't choose. Like, Larry, did you choose this? Did you go to Walmart and say, hey, what do you got in Parkinson's? You know, I was like mine with a lot of dystonia, so I can't move, and give me an extra dose of cognitive issues while you're at it.
No, I went to Kmart to get it because it was cheaper.
Oh, okay. Well,
Had to try to get you lighten the
right.
mood a little bit, but no,
Yes, I'm sorry.
it's
I'm sorry, y'all. Today has been.
there's no reason to be sorry, Tony. No reason to be sorry. I think it's good because it show. I mean, I've cried a lot in the last few weeks, even in front of my boss a number of times, and I apologize too. I don't know why we always apologize for being emotional and stuff. It's good because
Why
it
am I
shows.
crying? Why am I crying? Because my life is a struggle and I'm doing everything I can to hold it together and make mine happy and yours happy too. Why do we apologize for that?
Just normal human behavior
Nature.
reason. Yeah, it's
Right.
just yeah. But we're
Yeah.
all here, Tony, for you too.
Yes. Everybody's here for each other. That's how I love these people. Tracy, how are you? She joined through the invite I shared. Hello, Tracy. But yeah, I mean, people didn't ask for this. You didn't go and ask to do this. You didn't make bad choices. You know, just
Well, I
like
did buy Levi's when I shouldn't have.
you did.
I bought
It's
the
all
wrong
in the
jeans.
jeans, man. You got the wrong jeans. Like, I didn't made. Thanks, Jay. Just sending big hugs for all of us. I didn't go out and create a problem in my life. You know, a problem came and presented itself in my life.
More like knocked down the door and said, "Hey, I'm coming in to stay," and there's nothing you could do about
Right. Exactly.
it.
Exactly. I'm proud of you, Angie. I am so, so proud of you. She's tried to stop saying sorry. I tried to stop saying sorry as well. But I still do it, but I'm aware of it. I'm aware of it, which is half the battle, right?
G.I. Joe.
I think it's part of the battle just to be aware that we're apologizing for our disease. Why would we apologize for our disease? You know?
Well, I try to put myself in the other person's shoes sometimes. having been somebody who, at least in just my instance, who's interviewed people, this I wasn't being interviewed, but and had people cry. It's a hard place to be in, sitting on the other side. So that's sort of
Yeah.
why I do sometimes when I cry or get upset, or um, because
Or you feel like you're dumping on them?
no, not dumping on them. Just it can be a um, uh, I don't know if my brain is going to let me brain and put things into words. Watching somebody go through some difficult times and be really emotional in front of you, you're sort of helpless. You can sort of see that in them.
Mm-hmm.
And can't help I can't help it because, at least for me, Parkinson's just makes me cry. I think I've cried more in the last month than I have decades. Um, but just being trying to be respectful to the other person, I guess. Trying to um, I don't know. Uh, a lot of people are like, "Oh, don't say sorry; it makes you look weak." I don't think there's any reason. Just there's nothing wrong with saying sorry. Um, if you feel in the moment that you need to say it, then I'm one that's just say it. Uh,
Right.
but I've never looked at things the way most people do, and maybe that's why who I am. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, we love who you are. You're
But
love.
you don't know me. um,
You're like, what did Janet tell me? You know, Janet, Gen X Janet. We were talking about you yesterday, and she
I hope
said,
only bad things.
it was only, she said, he's so much like a brother to you, like he's your kid brother. I said, yes, that's exactly who Larry is. He's my kid brother that likes to pick on me. But yes. And just the whole financial aspect, anybody's here to help support anybody else. Doesn't mean they have funding to do it, but we all know what you're going through. If you're going through those problems, you can reach out and share. We understand what you're going through.
It's
And
better to talk about it than it is to hold it in.
yes, yes. And if there's any way, like, um, I have worked in women's shelters for years. I did that the whole time my son was growing up. I've had women come straight out of prison and live in my home because we didn't have a place to put them in the shelter immediately. So they might have to be a week or two in my home. Yes, Tracy, talking is very healthy. And as far as being resourceful, I'm resourceful of where to go, what to do, and things like that to the best of my ability. Now, sometimes lately I forget things and I have delays, or I have to stop and really think, how do I do this again? Because my brain doesn't brain properly, and I have to stop and think, now, how is it that you do this? Or I think something's going to be beyond my imagination complicated when it's not. So,
That was me trying to get the other streams up and running. Somebody
yeah,
who's been in computers for decades, and it just can't
yes.
figure things out.
The GoFundMe that I posted took me forever because I said, oh, I have to have my kids. I'm not allowed to do this. I can't do it. I have to have the bank account. I have to have this. I have to. No, I don't deal with money because my brain doesn't conceive things right. But there was no issue with me setting it up. But I waited and waited, and my kids were like, no, no. And Jess told me, no, no, you don't have to have a bank. And I think you told me, Larry, no, you don't. And then I finally got it set up to help the family. But luckily, that financial situation, all I'm doing is promoting it. My son will handle it being taken care of correctly.
It is a very weird place to be when you should be able to do something and you know you should be able to do something and
Yes.
you're staring at it. Gotta watch my words.
Yeah. It's devastating. It's beyond devastating. But not for you. I personally feel like a ding-a-ling. I understand charity. I personally feel like a ding-a-ling if I can't figure out how A goes to B. But it's the look on my son's face, on my daughter's face when I do those things.
Mm.
The hurt behind their eyes. I told you today's emotional, that they can't fix it and that it hurts them. That is the place that takes me to my knees. Sorry. See, I'm going to say sorry too for crying.
That's okay. It's a very hard journey, lots of challenges, lots of struggles, lots
Right.
of. And then PD just makes you emotional to begin with, anyways. At least it
Right.
does for me. Like, just
It
out of
does make
nowhere,
you
just start
feel.
crying.
Yeah, and I'm thinking about the financial struggle, and for me, I'm okay. There's this thing inside of me that I'm okay. I can handle what happens to me, and if you know me, you know that that's true. What happens to me, I can handle it. What I watch other people go through breaks me in pieces. I can't handle it. So to know that you have to go, not you, I mean, the people watching, the people suffering, that you all have to go through this and I can't fix it for you. And you have to suffer. That breaks me. I don't get broken for myself. I get broken for everybody else.
But that makes who you are and why
Yeah.
you're a wonderful person
Thank you.
and why you're a joy to be around because you care.
Thank you. Yeah, I do care. I promise you that. Oh,
I think
just a
sometimes though you need to take a little step back and make sure you're taken care of though.
yeah, I really, really do and have been doing that more.
Okay.
I promise. Today,
And asking for
today,
help or talking to somebody yourself.
yes. Yes, you are right. Tracy said it's okay to visit the emotional, tough, vulnerable places, but it's not okay to stay. And you're right, Tracy. I don't
Tracy's
try
got
to stay there.
amazing words all
She
the
does
time.
always. I love her. We missed you, Tracy. I'm glad you got to go to Texas, but next time you have to stay with us.
Or take us with.
Yeah. And thank you so much. Charity said I have a beautiful soul. Thank you to Charity. And Tracy's blushing. But yes, I don't mean it badly, guys, at all. Um, Today was a great day with my son. A lot of conversation where my son acknowledged the sacrifices I made as I was raising him,
Mm.
which that's emotional when your children come to you one day and say, Mom, I know you did X, Y, and Z for me. Wow. So it was a good day, but it's emotional. And he was telling me about all my emotional sacrifices, my physical sacrifices, the financial sacrifices. And he was telling me all the things he wants to do for me to make it very homey and have my own apartment downstairs.
He's come a long ways.
Actually, an apartment. No more having to live in the chicken coop.
Oh, you mean we're not
No,
going to be in the back?
no.
I wanted to be with the gingers. I thought that's where we were going to hang out, Tony. I'm telling everybody
No.
where rain goes, we're going to be behind Tony's house with the gingers.
No, he's fixing it up right nice. But no. So that kind of was like emotional. Thank you, JH. That was kind of made for an emotional day, obviously. Any mom, any parent whose kid has come and told you, thank you, I understand what you've done, knows how deeply heart touching that is.
That's also, I would assume, like a feel good moment that
Oh,
they
yes. Oh, God.
recognize and
Yes, it is feel good moment. It's an amazing moment. It's a moment I never personally had with my parents. So it is a breaking the cycle moment because, there's no way would have told my parents, you know, that's a whole nother story, but there wasn't that to tell my parents. But to know that that cycle is broken, amazing.
I don't know why they do
Bedtime.
this. Nope. It's TT saying, "Are you alive? Are you human? Are you
Oh,
here?"
they just did it to me too.
It's like,
Like, how much moving do you want me to do?
well, I'm also just sitting here, but yeah.
Yeah, but I have been moving. Here, TikTok. So, does anybody have any questions so I don't have to try to dig in my head out any more information today?
Yeah, sorry, I'm not too much of a conversationalist.
You are a conversationalist. Thank you. Eric's going back and forth between us. You are a great conversationalist. This is something you've heard of, not been through, and it was
Okay.
a subject that I wanted to talk to people
Okay.
about. So, as far as you haven't filed disability, you haven't went through all of that yet, so it's hard to know exactly what's coming,
Mm-hmm.
right? But my ear itches. Hi, Gels. How are you? Long time no see. But yes, there is so much good and help. And for anybody who's listening, can or cannot, I'm going to update again and repost I had with you and your kids. I'm sorry, Tracy. Mm. Oh, 1 second. I'm scrolling back. Uh, Tracy, I think it didn't put it on here, but I'm thinking you're talking about the conversation you had with me and my kids uh, regarding my Parkinsons, and they're being my caretakers. Okay. Did you have a question about that? And if you, okay, JH will be back in a moment. Oh yes, living arrangements. Yes. Yeah, so yes, and that is part of it, Tracy. Um that is part of what this is about. Tracy's fantastic. Um Tracy, oh, okay, Tracy, but I'm still going to say it. Tracy is fantastic. And Tracy was the first and the only person to reach out to my kids who are quite young, you know, to be caretakers to somebody with my needs that I have, you know. And Tracy sat with my kids and she explained to them what the future would look like, the different things that they needed to do to prepare themselves and to take care of themselves, and things about not just making it about me. And
I feel like this is a good time to plug. There's a
that we,
caregiver support group.
yes, in about, is it, it's tonight, isn't it? Or next week?
I always love
Tracy,
plugging that support group as much as I can.
yes, there is a caregiver support group. Not tonight, so probably next Tuesday. Jess goes to it. She is Larry's wife, if you don't know, and caretaker. Tracy just got off an airplane. She's not having care group tonight. She's just come home from Texas. Um, and
So if anybody wants information, you can reach out and I can connect you with Tracy.
yeah,
You can reach out to her directly. You can reach out to Jess. There's a number of ways to do it. Um,
yes,
do not go at. I've actually posted on some Parkinson's Facebook groups too, because there's caregivers that go on and struggling, and it's like, hey, I post there. It's like, hey, don't do it. Reach out. I can give you the contact information. There's a group for it. So please do not.
correct. And I am trying to put more screws to my daughter in law to attend where she will feel more comfortable communicating than my son in this way. But I am trying to push her a little harder to join because they feel like they've got it, but they also don't know what's coming.
That's the common problem, right? It's, oh, I've got it. I've got it handled. No,
Yeah,
you need to get plugged in so you can make connections and get people you can trust, right? Build those
right.
relationships so when the hard time comes, you've got someone to talk to. It's very important to do that.
Right. I try to warn them you don't understand what is coming or could be coming. It's not definite coming.
We
You
all
know,
don't know exactly where we're going. Yeah.
we don't know the path that we're going to take for sure. Exactly. You're right. But you're not prepared as you think you are
Mm-hmm.
because you don't always listen to what I'm trying to tell you when I'm telling you I fell twice in 2 days.
And that is a scary moment when you fall. It's like, whoa.
And they were just like, oh, she falls all the time. They didn't stop and think, wait, she hasn't fallen for months. What's going
Mm-hmm.
on? What's different? So that complacency, I guess. Oh my gosh, they've met somebody who's caring for a stage 5 hubby. Yeah, it's that complacency that they think the worst is behind them lately. Yes, Tracy, I believe it. Yeah, because I sometimes feel like my kids think the worst is behind them, especially since I got the entacapone.
Which people with Parkinson's or chronic health issues or whatever, right, have very similar things where med's working, yeah, and then it's not, and then what do I do?
Right.
It's a very easy thing to get. I mean, I've had it. It's like, oh, hey, we increased meds. Things are great. And then dystonia goes,
Not anymore.
mm-mm. And you're like,
Well,
oh,
yeah. Well, I'm out of entacapone because the pharmacy can't get it for 2 more days.
ugh.
So today, my son said, "What's going on with you?" I said, "I'm out of entacapone, so some of the masking you've been seeing is gone, and until they get it on, I think we pick it up on Thursday.
Mm.
You're going to see it keep getting worse. So, um, it's not a drug that they carry constantly.
Are you able to put in an early order or anything? No.
Nope. I tried that. Yes, Tracy said the honeymoon phase is real and it's sneaky on those medicines.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, I tried to put in an early order and they said they're not allowed to do that anymore because insurance gets mad. Because maybe the doctor cancels it and bills it a
But
day early, but it gets canceled the next day. And I was like, you have got to be kidding me.
so you're supposed to suffer because they don't want to keep it in stock.
Because well, they can't keep it in stock because it's not taken enough. I wouldn't use a stock bottle in a year, and I'm the only one in that facility with it. That's why. So they tried to get it early in 90 days, but insurance said no.
Is there another pharmacy you might be able to go to?
They're looking into that. The
Okay.
kids are.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Medicine's important. We need to get you the meds.
right. But they're like, we have no other
And
patients
this
in our
bumper
database
stop
taking
is
it.
not good for us.
And I said, so you're right, Jess, you would think, but apparently it doesn't work that way. And insurance said no because if her doctor takes her off of it, they wouldn't give me 90 days.
Is this a small pharmacy?
No, it's like Meyer. If you know Meyer,
Hmm.
Meyer is like Kroger, Walmart,
Hmm.
Target. Um, it's not a small
Okay.
place. And they also had to order my dementia patches, which is another thing. Yeah, they have Meyer in Michigan.
Because I when I was at Walmart, they actually pre-ordered Nupro. They don't carry Nupro,
Well,
and
I'll see if they will do that.
they always had a box in stock just for me. I was the only person who ordered anything. I feel bad because I don't order from there anymore, but the person made sure that I don't whoever the head person is said that she's going to make sure she's going to order one, and then she's going to make sure there's always one there. And
That's
for several
fantastic.
months, that's how it always was. I would go in, or, put the order in, it was in there instantly.
Okay, I will check Walmart then, or
Yeah, I don't
and
know if
see
it the
because I literally have tried that with Meyer, and I've had no luck. Like they don't keep carbidopa levodopa on the shelf at all. They can't get it to me ever until the next day
I'm not a huge fan
from
of
the
CVS, but what about CVS?
main pharmacy. Um, there is no CVS around us close, and we try to stay close.
Can you do a mail order through?
See, remember when I was trying to do
No,
Amazon and Amazon? Well,
no.
I was trying to do Amazon,
Okay.
and then Amazon got stupid, so I changed my mind about Amazon. Hi, Chris. Hello. How are you?
I'm just because there's a Caremark and Express Scripts that are mail order.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know if you can do anything through that.
wonder if I could get it from where I get my Botox.
Is your doctor to like a major hospital sort of place or anything like that?
Oh yeah, he's major health.
Did they've got a pharmacy, don't they?
Yeah, they should have a pharmacy. Yep, that's a good idea too.
Thanks. It comes up
Because
once a year.
I just don't
Good
like the
ideas.
whole Yay. I don't like running out and like I'm going to be a couple of days with no.
Mm-mm.
I had the medicine this morning, but I never got another dose today.
Mm-mm.
And then I won't get any more until
Mm.
Thursday, whatever time. I don't know when the kids are off. Somebody will either get it first thing in the morning. Oh, see, Angie has to make sure she. But see, Angie, that's what I do. But the thing that they do is not do it until the insurance says, okay, you can get it filled today. Then they order it.
What does she do?
She orders hers ahead so the pharmacy has time to order it. Okay, which is what I do.
The other trick you can
But
do is send
they
them
don't
to a
order
different
it.
pharmacy.
Okay.
I've done that.
Well, my pharmacy ends up not ordering it till it's run out or the medicine is expired.
Yeah, they're not supposed to. They're not supposed to do that though, because even CVS, I think 5 to 7 days before, will have the meds in.
Well, I asked them why do they do that, and they said insurance doesn't like us to send it in a day or two
I
early.
think it's somebody who doesn't know what they're doing.
I know. Maybe I just go have my son talk to them
Or somewhere else, or
somewhere else.
see if you can get into like a mail order or something. I love mail order. That's the only reason why I bring it up, because they just ship it to my door.
Well, I like that idea. I love the SpongeBob too. Oh, they have ordering issues at Meyer. Jess knows Meyer because it's a Michigan company. Um, and my daughter works at Kroger, and we had the worst issues trying to get medications through Kroger. Like Meyer's great compared to Kroger.
See if Caremark or something will work. It's a CVS sort of thing.
Okay,
It's mail order.
okay. Angie said she will not be running out of beds for her seizures. She will bang down a door. Now, my carbidopa levodopa, I have a lot extra. Okay, she doesn't know them well. She cashiered before they had pharmacies. So uh, I'm very well stocked on carbidopa, but it's everything else I can't get my hands on, and that's because he overprescribes. But I'm like, so because I'm like trying to talk to them today, and my son said I'll go buy there tomorrow because he said I'm trying to get my dementia patches. You're welcome. Angie just got reminded to order her meds, so she ordered them. She said thanks. So my son was going to go there tomorrow because he was trying to find out on the phone why they don't have the dementia patches for me too.
Sounds to me like you need to switch to somewhere else.
Yeah. I think my son is going to do that. I might be forgetting some of the conversation we had about that.
No, Jess, it's normal.
What?
Jess says there's no one chat over here. I said no, it's normal for my lives. Often there's nobody here. It's just me.
Oh, go chat. And
It's
Larry
okay.
said,
It's
just
okay.
his name and go chat.
It's okay.
That's so sad.
I'm used to it.
That breaks my heart, Larry.
Why?
Oh, people need to chat. If they only knew how awesome you are.
Oh, I'm not that cool.
You are that cool.
No, that's normal,
Like,
Jess. It's a common thing.
Jess thinks you're pretty cool. Look how long she's hung around.
Oh, she just
Yes,
made a
he's on
mistake and won't
TikTok.
admit it.
Yes, he's on TikTok, Tracy. All you have to do is hit his name up his box next to mine, and it'll transfer you to him.
I'm everywhere. Well, except for the places I couldn't get working today, but
Well, that's true. But any questions about anything, you all? I
Hey,
kind of
Kim. Oops, sorry, I
I,
didn't notice that you were still here.
I kind of made us get off a little bit of topics,
That's okay.
because we really are talking about financial issues,
Hey, Angie.
but getting your medication is also an issue with Parkinson's.
And we normally do with these lives. We normally sort of move around, and that's okay. That's
Yeah.
that. It's a very complex thing to have to deal with. There's so many moving parts, so many things to deal with. I think just moving around, it's how my brain sort of works now. I don't really stay on track of anything anymore. I'm sort of just talking and then, oh, well, oh, squirrel over. Oh, wait, oh, here, let me come. Oh, nope, over here.
Oh, that's good. Eric said some nice police officers helped the poor with Christmas presents he
Oh,
saw
that's
today.
nice.
Okay, and this is going to be on YouTube and it's on other places too. Larry, you know how to get a hold of him for sure if you don't follow him. And I do have a GoFundMe up for a family in our community that is facing foreclosure. Now, they only need $12,000 to completely pay off their mortgage, never worry about it again, and not lose their house. We have raised over $2,100
Yay!
so far. Yay! I am so excited. Um, I will be posting more about that again tomorrow. If people can please share, post it everywhere. If you can skip your coffee treat this week for this family, please skip your coffee treat for this family. It is not their fault that dad has Parkinson's disease. Dad has tried to work through it. He has been denied disability for his first round, as happens very often. We do not want them living in no home, in the streets. They have no place to go. I will not disclose their name. If that bothers you, I'm sorry. But they have kids that are autistic. They are in school. And those children do not need anybody on the internet
Mm-mm.
finding out about their financial
Mm-hmm.
situation and bullying them. So that is why I have kept their identity secret. Everything, when the mortgage, every penny will be paid to the mortgage company. And it will be posted and shown that the mortgage was paid, hopefully free and clear. So if you can, if you've got $5, if you've got $2, whatever you have.
Tracy says finance and benefits are complex and pennies for Parkinson's.
Yes. Tracy is going to be launching a program called Pennies for Parkinson's. I'm well to collect all of our loose change for Parkinson's. I'm looking forward to that. I even did talk to my son Tracy, and I am scared. They will allow me to set up at his store. He talked to his bosses, and I do get to set up at his store outside with my square, and because people don't always carry cash, and let people swipe their cards for pennies for Parkinson's. He just wants to make sure where to send the funds after that.
Did you call yourself a square?
Yeah, I'm a square. Definite square.
I'm a circle.
You're a circle. I'm a square. You're a circle. JH is a triangle. She's a triangular girl.
And if anybody, I need to put the link in the description. I will put the link in the description. So if you happen to watch it, it'll be there for it.
Yes.
I need to go get the link again and then put that in there. I did that.
Oh, she said collect change and donate to your favorite PD cause. The family can be your favorite PD cause.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And see, I've got them in my mind too, and that's part of why I'm crying. I'm like, could they fit in this basement with me? That it's sad.
It is sad that we live in a world where you can pay tons and tons of money to an insurance company and they can just go, meh, I'm not going to pay you what you're owed because I don't feel like it.
What about the guy? Okay, I saw a news report for an insurance company, and this is how bad things are, y'all. The man had an emergency ruptured bowel, and he had to have a colostomy put in. The family is already out of every recourse. They can be put out at any time. They have lost their extensions. They have everything that they can possibly do has been done. By God's good grace, the mortgage company has not put them out yet. But at any moment, they can go in and do that. So it's dire. So the guy had the emergency surgery, the colostomy, and the insurance refuses to pay for his colostomy bags because they're not necessary. He has a colostomy and a bag to nowhere, and it goes nowhere. Yes, people just don't have money this year, Tracy. And it's not, I mean, like everybody's hurting. And I could list a lot of reasons why, but I don't like to get into that on the platforms. But there are so many things that have just caused so many huge problems financially. But yes, it's sad. Yeah, because I keep getting messages from PD foundations. Hey, can you give us money? Hey, can you give us money? And I'm like, give it to you or give it to them.
Or use it for yourself. That's
no, because we have a plan. I don't know how expensive colostomy bags are, and I don't know the person. It was a news report, but the insurance, the point was of the news report was the insurance company refusing to give the man colostomy bags because they weren't necessary. Which is crazy. But Tracy, you and I can have a conversation on the phone tomorrow or the next day, whenever you're ready. Just give me a holler and I will explain to you plan B for this family. They're not staying in the lurches. We need all the help we can get, but we have plan B. Which is good. It's my son's plan B, not mine. I'm good if I come up with one plan.
I don't come up with many plans myself anymore. I'm going to do that right now because I have the link because I will forget.
Oh, perfect. The link is good. What are we at? 2155, does it say? 21 something. I don't know. I don't remember the total. But it's a total. So that is great.
So we're approaching 8:30, and unfortunately, I turn into pumpkins, and it takes me a long time to get ready for bed because
Yeah,
CPAP
squirrel
machine and all
pumpkins.
that stuff. I've got to get ready. Is there any questions? Don't think we really had very many people anywhere else, and we're down a few sites because of my issues. But does anyone have any questions, thoughts?
Questions or thoughts? Anyone? Anyone?
And if you don't now, you please send a message. Ask questions later.
Mm.
If you're out there and you're a caregiver, don't wait. If you have PD, talk to somebody. Don't wait.
Mm.
Get to know people, make those relationships. That's important because then you'll know who you can trust. Well, build trust and relationships.
Yes, you'll
Yeah,
build trust in
there we go. Yeah.
relationships, and you'll realize you're not alone. Eric likes watching the cats behind me. I didn't make a bed ever today, Eric, which I always usually do, but um, it's
That's
been
okay.
a day. We've been
That's
having
okay.
fun. We went for coffee this morning, and we went to Home Depot a couple of times. We played with chickens. We made measurements all over the basement and wrote down stuff, what we needed to do, buy, have, thoughts. We looked at, the stuff where you blow the insulation into the attic.
Mm-hmm.
So we looked at how much to rent that machine and how much to buy the insulation, because then my son's going to have somebody come give him a quote so we can compare that we're doing it for, he will do it himself or he will do it for the quote. And I said, you'll be doing it yourself. Oh, Eric went outside and washed his car today, enjoying the sunshine. That's awesome, Eric. If you would have washed your car here, your car would have been like a cartoon frozen ice around block around the car. I ate I ate today 2 times, so that's good. Any questions before Larry passes out on us? No questions from this side, Larry.
Okay. Yeah, none from the side. Yeah, I need to stop. I've got doctor gave me, is it called Ritalin?
Yes.
But I can't. I got to be careful not to take it too late. That
Or
way I
he'll
can.
sleep.
Yeah. So I don't sleep well to begin with. Hey
Right.
Dan, how are you? We're about ready to wrap up here. How are you doing today?
Oh, one more little plug while he's wrapping up.
Good, Dan.
All all of my TikTok proceeds from my TikTok shop, those are all dedicated to persons with Parkinson's. So anytime I sell something and make $1 today, then that dollar goes to persons with Parkinson's. So just so everybody knows, that's where that money goes to for me. So
Glad you're having a
um,
good day, Dan.
that's helpful.
Well, I think I'm going to wrap up so I can get some sleep.
Okay.
I'm glad you're feeling better from being sick before.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And we'll be back here next week, but we're not even going to say what we're going to
Is
talk
next week
about.
the 16th?
Oh, yeah. Larry has a special guest next week. He is a special guest caretaker.
It'll be interesting. I have a couple questions, but have not done a lot of preparing, so we're just gonna sort of wing it. And you too, Dan. Have a good one. Happy holidays. But that'll be interesting. Just sort of see what we come up with, I guess. But I'll send you some of the questions I'm thinking, Tony, and see what you think, and I'll send them to Just and see what she thinks. And,
Okay.
there's only a few questions, but the rest of it we'll just see what happens.
Well, he's fantastic at speaking, so he can fill in all the blanks
Yeah,
for you.
it's like you, where he just goes ahead and does things, and I'm just like, okay, I'll sit back here on the wall.
It, well, when you do talk, it's very intelligent and very articulate, but you also think about what you say before you say it. Me, I just run my mouth. You know, that's how it is.
Kim says she's
Okay.
posted a new video.
Okay. Love you all. Have
Take
a
care,
wonderful
everybody. Thanks so
night.
much for joining in.
Bye.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you have a good one. Thanks for joining in. I will see you next week.